Hello. I want to talk to you about Rex David Thomas, otherwise known as Dave Thomas from Wendy's. He was born in 1932, died in 2002 at the age of 69. He died from liver cancer. He made his first million at 35 years old by way of KFC. He had a phenomenal impact on Colonel Sanders, as well as Colonel Sanders, influencing him in his entrepreneurship. Um, Dave Thomas was a Christian, and he attributes his faith to Colonel Sanders. And um, Dave Thomas really advertised the KFC chicken, and he turned Colonel Sanders into a national phenomenon. And and so he had four franchises of KFC, and he sold it back to KFC, and that's how he made his first million. As he was growing up, his grandmother had a phenomenal impact on his upbringing as well. She, instilled in him never to cut corners when he was serving people. She was a godly woman, and so he brought that all the way up into his entrepreneurship, and that's why he has the iconic square burgers, never cut corners. And so after the '60s, after he turned KFC into a major success, he opened up his first Wendy's in 1969 and named it after I believe it was his fourth daughter, Melinda Lou. And the siblings couldn't say Melinda Lou, so they called her Wendy instead. And that's how the name came up, Wendy's. Christian Sandvig, how technical and technical research is how technical is technology research. So basically, in this article, you really don't need to be a professional in the field you're going into or what you're studying. Just like Dave Thomas was not a professional, he dropped out of high school at the age of 15, and he made his debut national through KFC. And so sometimes bliss is ignorant. And stay the course of the discipline you're in. Beware the base. Be cognizant of the basic information that you're branching out into, as Dave Thomas did in his franchising business. He understood the basics of burger making and how restaurants should be doing. He wasn't so much concerned about the numbers and stuff like that, but he did learn along the way. Paul Romer, Why Indeed in America. Um, so in his article, he talks about, how real world situations are complex, but, how simplistic it is in mathematical equations. So, you put things on paper and it looks so much, you break it down and make it look basic and easy. But when you apply it to the real world situation, it's a little harder than it sounds. So, just like Dave Thomas, you got to obviously there's a lot of work, a lot of hard work, foundational work that you need to put into when you're doing your business. Um, so you got to uh, have the right questions if you want to seek um, the answers that you want. So if you want to hear a yes answer, you shape your questions into what you want to hear. So, Dave Thomas didn't take no for an answer. So, you got to push through your barriers and find the right questions that will make you successful. Lorenzo Fioramonti, I believe, Gross Domestic Problem, How Politics of GDP Shapes Society in the World. So basically, the market value of all finished services, goods and services produced within a country in a given year. So basically, Dave Thomas contributed to the gross domestic product by serving hamburgers, serving food, a finished product, and he sold that to increase the wages of the national. I guess he was the third. By the time he passed away, he was the third largest company behind McDonald's and Burger King. So, he contributed to society in this way, increasing the GDP of the United States. And it was the burgers that he sold, not the meat that he bought, that contributed to the GDP. And at the time of his death, he was worth $4.2 billion, and that's quite an achievement for um, an orphan growing up, nobody wanting him. So we can use Dave Thomas as a prime example of an entrepreneur. Thank you.